It's Friday. We have made it. So today, our thought is going to be living life to the fullest. And I'm so excited to talk to you about that because that is truly a choice. A choice that I took a few years back, quite a few years back, because I used to call myself the Walking Dead because I felt like I was dead inside. So that is where my heart is on this and why I'm so excited to bring this to you and have you join me on this journaling journey. If you remember, that's what we're doing, is journaling. So say hi to me, tell me where you're from, or basically where you're tuning in from. I don't know where you live, but where you're tuning in from, tell me where you're at. So the scripture that I'm saying off today, and I'm going to paraphrase it, it is, I came that you might have life fully. I believe it's John 10:10. And like I said, this isn't a religious deal going on here. I have a personal relationship with Christ, and that is my belief and what I feel. And that is what I told you, that I have letters to God. And that is what's helped me to get all of this crap out of me through all these years. And so that's why I really believe in journaling, and that's why I want to take you on this journey with me. So, what does life to the fullest mean? What does it mean to you? To me, it meant that I had peace inside, that I was happy, I was joyful. I don't know if you follow me on my creative adventures on decoupaging and painting, furniture art, but I always say choose joy at the end. Maybe not always, but a lot. I say choose joy at the end because you do have a choice. You have a choice whether you live life to the fullest or not, no matter what comes upon you. I mean, horrible things could come upon you, but if you had faith and you had a mindset that you believe that you were created for so much more than this, and that God has a plan and purpose in your life for you, and it truly is good. Anything God puts upon us, it may feel like crap, it may not feel good, but there is a purpose and a plan coming from God with all of this. So we said, what does life look, or what does full life mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? You have to ponder that and think about that. And every season of life is different. Maybe 10 years ago, my life, what did my idea of life look like 10 years ago is totally different from what it is today. But today we're talking about today. So wherever you're at today, if you feel stuck, if you feel unworthy, trapped, dead, like I said, my thought was always the land of the living dead is what I felt like I was part of. So, what keeps me from living that life? Living that life fully. What keeps me from that? Well, I don't know. What keeps you from that? So, that's a hard question, a hard thing to think about. It's one of those hard questions that nobody wants to talk about that. But honestly, we must, because we need to get to the bottom of why we're choosing, why we're sitting, why we're stuck, why we're abused, why we're dead. We need to get to the bottom of that because we were created for so much more than what we're allowing to happen in our life. So I did write some things down to ponder in my mind, in my journal, about what holds me back from living the full life. And one of the things that I came up with was fear of failure. Fear of failure. I feared everything, not just failure, fear of the boogeyman, fear of moving forward, fear, whatever. I was single and raising two kids, and I was totally in major fear and negative mindset, basically. So, fear of failure. Does anybody struggle with fear of failure? I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of business people do. I think that that's what freezes them from going forward and dreaming and grasping hold of their dreams and all that stuff. So, I think everybody has fear of failure. Okay, that's my number one. Number two, pain from the past. And that's probably a no brainer too. I mean, do we have any pain from the past? Whether it's childhood, whether it's peer pressure, whether it's a relationship, pain from the past. There's a lot of pain from the past, but that doesn't define who we are if we think about it right. If we have the right mindset, it doesn't have to stop us. It doesn't define who we are in life now. It doesn't define our opportunities in life. It really doesn't. You look at so many people that were raised in the ghetto, raised with poor families, abused, abandoned, whatever. And those people have really made a successful life for them and have peace and have joy too. So that was number two for me, What about guilt or shame? Does anybody have any guilt or shame? Shame is an amazing, amazing paralyzer, puts you in prison. Shame locks you up, and there is no freedom in your choices with shame. Guilt is another thing, too. Guilt, God doesn't put guilt on us. Not one little bit, He doesn't put guilt on us. His Spirit might convict us inside about, is this going to be the best thing for your life? Is this the right choice that you're making for you and your benefit and even your family behind you? It isn't guilt, though. Trust me, it is not guilt. Guilt is not from our Lord, basically. So is it guilt that's keeping you back, or shame? These are the hard questions that we need to be able to, when we're journaling, ask God these things. Ask Him to reveal to you what's holding you back. Why don't you have joy? And He will begin to reveal to you and show you. How about feeling stuck and overwhelmed? That's a big one. That's a real big one. I have felt stuck in my life, like this is it, to the point, like I said, I don't know if I told you guys, but I didn't want to live. I did not want to live. And nowadays, if you look around us, look how much suicide that there is, because people feel hopeless and helpless. But we don't have to be that way, guys. We can make a positive choice in our life. We can. We truly can. There's always hope. You're beautiful. You were uniquely made. There's a purpose for each and every one of us, each and every one. Somebody needs what you have to give. That's the way our God is. He's a God of relationships. So what about choosing life? How do we go about choosing life? I don't know. I think that this is a progress in doing it. It is a journey. That's a lot of my videos I do, journey in life. This is a journey that we choose life. We do. We have a choice in everything, like I said. But what does that look like? What does life lived to the fullest look like to me? Yours might be different. Mine, when I came to that grasp that I didn't want to live no more. I was to that point. I didn't want to live no more. One thing I remember feeling inside of me, besides hopelessness, helplessness, was no peace. I had no peace whatsoever. None whatsoever. I didn't view myself well at all. And here I was raising 2 little children and didn't want to live anymore. So I had to come to the point where I was done, and I had to ask God to help me. If He was even real or true, I had no idea. I was raised in a church, but that didn't mean nothing. That was religion. That wasn't a personal relationship with God. I had to come to the point to where, okay, I'm not going to make this. This isn't going to work. I've got 2 kids. I want to kill myself. And you better get in me, and you better do something if you are real, if you are alive, and if you even give a crap about what's going on down here on earth. So that was pretty much my invitation. Only at that time, I had a favorite word that I used that expressed what was going on in my life and what I was feeling. It was the F word. And I know that F word is popular today. It's not a bad word to a lot of people. To me, it was the way I felt. It was my emotion coming out. That was my expression. And that's what I laid on this God that I didn't even know if He gave a crap about me or if He was even real. So He was. So He showed up. Yeah, that was a little scary, but that's okay. That's for another story. This isn't about me. This is about us and our journey. I'm giving you a little background so you'll know, and who knows, you might think I'm cuckoo, but that's okay. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to share this off my heart. So, God, show me the next step to living my fullest life. How about if we use that for a journaling? God, show me the next step to be the full life, to walk into the full life. Or how about, God, I want to live fully, but I'm scared. And ask Him what you're scared of. Ask Him. I mean, He is a God of love, truly, no matter what religion is proclaimed to you, no matter what your belief system, whatever. God is a God of love. And you don't have to sweat the small stuff. He'll deal with it for you. So that's our journaling this week, guys, is have a talk with God and ask Him, what does a full life look like for me? And God, help me to have that full life. And I promise you, He will reveal to you layer by layer, piece by piece. We didn't get like this overnight, guys. So it's a journey, but I want to encourage you because it does get better. I have abundant life now, and no, I'm not rich. So that's not the abundant life. I mean, God can prosper me in every area of my life, but that is not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about connecting here so you can get this out, so you can partner up with God and become all that you're supposed to be. You're beautiful. You are truly inside and out, and you are unique. I cannot keep telling you how beautiful and how you're needed in this world. God is a God of relationships, not just with us and Him, but with each other. So someone truly needs who you are. So guys, remember, we're coming back here on Monday. You're going to be journaling what full life looks to you and talking to God about it. Help for that. And this, I showed you last time, but I'm going to show you again. This is my journal. This was my old journal starting out, just a tablet. So it doesn't matter. This isn't about beauty, isn't about pretty. It's about getting the stuff out in our head on paper, which helps us to be able to make sense, kind of. And not only that, but it talks to us later when we need to see how far we've came in this journey. We can read back in our journal and see, oh my gosh, I was a mess in that area, and look what you did. Look how you helped me, Lord. Look how you gave me this strength, because it isn't all up to us. It's the power of the Lord. All right, guys, I will see you next Monday. Have a blessed weekend, and remember, choose joy. Thank you.